you want to find like real estate agents that are doing what you want to do, and then you want to click on their videos and see what's working, right? Look at the types of videos that are getting a lot of traction, because even videos they think are awesome sometimes don't. You want to look at the bigger channels for inspiration. That it takes a long time. Like, you just have to commit to the process. And, you know, if you don't have 1,000 subscribers in a year, that's fine. It's really getting clarity around who you're making videos for.
Awesome. Can we bring Mr. Justin Konikow in?
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Thank you, Dakota. Justin, what's up, brother? How are you?
I am well. How are you doing, Mr. David?
Hey, I'm doing good. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Things are well in the virtual world.
Things are well, my friend. We've been going all day, man. We've just had killers here all day. It's been awesome.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
It's been like a mini version of Breakfast with Champions on Zoom.
I like it. It's all about being focused. Nice to see Dakota as well, too. I saw her just as I was coming on.
Yeah, it's the real estate just Breakfast with Champions. So yeah, man, you're gonna talk to us about YouTube.
Yeah, I'm going to get in depth, right, and give some tactical takeaways that people can go implement today, give some clarity around the platform itself, you know, how we're using it, and give you guys some case studies for clarity, because I think everybody understands that YouTube is incredibly powerful, but of all the platforms, it's probably one of the more overwhelming to sift through. I mean, you found some success on YouTube as well, too. You have some videos with massive views, and, you know, we've talked about this many, many times, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. For me, it's happened more just organically. Like a few videos have organically blown up, but I wasn't even super intentional about it. But now I'm getting more intentional with it. So do you have slides, or do you need any of that, or?
Yeah, so here's the actual slide deck. I'll send it to you after, so you can send it to your attendees as well too, by all means. I'm going to see if I can just change this screen for Zoom. But yeah, feel free to jump in, and, you know, if you have any questions or whatnot, but I can walk you guys.
I'll pop back in, man. It's your show.
Okay. So we're going to run this till about 3:30. Those that have met me before know that I talk incredibly fast. So I went through this slide deck and I prepared it to make it a little bit easier for you to consume after the event. I'm very accessible, as David knows. Justin Konikow on Instagram. Sorry, Justin.Konikow if you want to reach me directly. And I'll give you some resources where we can connect. But these people that you see on this initial slide, you see Ryan Serhant, Chris Do, MRBEAST, Peter McKinnon, Sean Cannell, and Benji Travis are all absolute legends when it comes to YouTube. What I'm going to go into is a little bit of their backstory and some structure behind their channels that should give you some clarity on how you can look at yourself and how you want to produce content. And then we're actually going to dig into a few things. We're going to dig into why YouTube actually matters, how to structure a video, and how to execute after I go over those case studies. These case studies to me are one of the most important because I want to tell you their stories. You look at MRBEAST, he's one of the largest YouTubers, if not the largest YouTuber on the planet. Channel size, 150 million subscriptions. Number of videos, only 729. His channel age is only 10 years. I say only. It's a very long time that it took him to get where he's at today. But the important thing about MRBEAST is beyond this, he actually runs a dozen or so channels, is in philanthropy, and is absolutely committed to making the best videos possible. Now, if I explain to you what his channel niche and video types are, it's very simple. He makes entertainment vlogs and stunt videos. And if you look at the way he creates his videos, every single video he's ever created is reinvesting in the next one. He pays a lot of attention as to who's watching his videos, what's engaging about the videos that he creates. And he methodically has gotten probably the best I've ever seen at understanding the cadence of a YouTube video and how to edit it to keep the viewers engaged. The reason I point to him first as the gold standard is he always says, just make the best damn videos you can make. To David's point, before I even get into the other case studies, the one thing I want to stop you from doing is thinking you need to hack the SEO and the keywords and the title, and you need to buy all these softwares. Every creator that I'm about to show you has gotten to where they've gotten because they truly understand their audience and the purpose of their channel. The next person I'm going to show you is Peter McKinnon. His channel size is 5.81 million subs. Now, compared to 105, that doesn't seem very much, but he has completely created a limitless life for himself. And this channel is his main source of income. He used to work at Henry's photography shop. If you ever walked into a Henry's, he was just one of those people standing behind the counter. So imagine somebody like that took YouTube and created a 7-figure plus business for himself, let alone now he sells merchandising and his own branded equipments. I actually have this backpack here behind me is a Peter McKinnon backpack. And every time he releases something, typically I support it because I feel like as one of his audience members, I'm supporting my favorite singer when they release a new CD. His channel is 12 years old. Understand that it took him a long time to understand his audience and, you know, build out video types, and they've changed over the years. Currently, his niche would be photography. His types of videos would be entertainment vlogs, product reviews, and life hacks and DIYs. He's got one of the best channels in terms of giving honest product reviews, giving you tips on editing and so on and so forth, but he speaks to a very specific avatar and viewer. The future is Chris Do. Chris Do is a very interesting character. I've actually had him on Breakfast with Champions. I've done many lives with him. I consider him a friend, and I developed a relationship with him through Clubhouse. But when I started digging into what he does on YouTube, it really blew my mind. So Chris Do used to run a 7-figure ad agency. He had 1 million clients. He didn't love that business. He was a graphic designer by nature, and he wanted to get into education technologies. Enter YouTube. 10 years, now has 2 million subs, 1,400 plus videos, and his channel niche is graphic design and I would say agency. And he does how-to tutorials. He's very specific. This guy's one of the best teachers I've ever seen when it comes to teaching you something. He'll pull out the whiteboard. He gives out tons of free information on his channel, but his channel has actually led to other revenue sources that I'll talk to you about in a little bit, like selling other courses, his own private academy, and so on and so forth, which should give you a glimmer of understanding where we're going with this conversation and how you can use it. The next person you all know, especially if you're in the real estate space, my mentor, Ryan Serhant. I have a very close personal connection with Ryan. I met him in 2018 before he really popped off. His channel size now is 1.27 million, 302 videos. His age of channel is 9 years. Channel niche is real estate media. He does property tours, lifestyle videos, how-tos, and behind the scenes / vlogs. His journey has been very interesting because he met Gary Vee in 2017. I still remember seeing the video, and Gary basically told him by 2022, everybody's going to have a little person following them around, shooting videos, and it's going to be a standard thing. Sounded weird back then, but it is absolutely standard right now, and he's crushing it. You need to understand that Ryan is actually in production and sales, right? So he's selling real estate. He has one of the biggest real estate courses on the planet, and he's looking to expand his brokerage globally amidst a few other things that he's doing. He's using YouTube as a platform to drive top line thought leadership, but very, very interesting character, and how he's using the platform is definitely something I would watch if I were you. Benji, Travis, him actually, and Sean Cannell, both these guys I met on Clubhouse in a very small room. He's also become a friend. His channel size is about 382K subs. He's got 232 videos in 11 years. His channel niche and type is YouTube, how-tos, and educational videos. As is Sean Cannell. His channel says 104K subs, 275 videos, 12 years, how-to tutorials. Now check this out. Think Media. So Think Media is actually Sean Cannell's main channel. So 104K subs, 2.19 million subs, 1,300 videos, 12-year channel age, YouTube and how-to tutorials. So these guys wrote a book, excuse me, called YouTube Secrets. And I would suggest it to any of you who's getting serious about YouTube. It'll give you the structure of how you need to really think about your channel. He runs Video Influencers, which is kind of like a Think Media. Think Media is a separate course and education platform where they teach you to do YouTube, and they have closed Facebook groups and whatnot. But both of these guys have fascinating stories. Benji was actually a real estate agent who ended up with the largest HUD account in the United States right before the crash. He was crushing in real estate, but really wanted to use YouTube to really create unlimited life for himself, where he wasn't actually trading real estate anymore. And he did that in spades. Sean Cannell, different story. He was actually handling all the media for some church groups. His wife got super sick. They, had some properties that they had to foreclose on, went through a very dark time in his life, and really just kept creating and created Think Media, which is now one of the thought most leaders when it comes to YouTube. But check this out. If you look at a channel age, so everybody focus on this, channel age, 12 years, 11 years, 9 years, 10 years, 12 years, 10 years. So without fail, pretty much every single one of these guys took about a decade to build what they have today. So my question to you before we even go to the next step is, how dedicated are you, right? Everybody wants to go viral on TikTok. Everybody wants to get 1 million subs on YouTube, but these guys committed to the process for literally 10 years before they even saw the traction that got them to where they are today. You look at Chris Do from the future, I think it was 8 or 9 years before he got a single piece of traction. Christina Smallhorn was the exact same thing. And now, again, Christina Smallhorn runs a 24/7 referral business off YouTube. So something to think about is if you're willing to commit to the process, it works. But I think getting clarity around the process is super important. So to break down YouTube, what is it? It's the #2 search engine on the planet, owned by the #1 search engine on the planet, and it's in the ads business. The only thing that YouTube cares about is running ads and making money. The reason why it uses content producers to do that is it creates an engagement and helps them find the audience that they want to run the ads against. I can get into the weeds a little bit and start talking about how like finance channels pay the absolute most when it comes to ads. Doesn't mean go start a finance channel, but YouTube does really care about the ads more than anything else. And despite everything I just showed you about the subscriber count, that doesn't matter, especially in today's age. YouTube has made a concerted effort recently to tell people we are focusing on smaller creators. The bigger your channel doesn't mean you're going to get suggested. It is the best videos, which are 2 things. The only 2 things you need to care about when it comes to YouTube is click-through rate as well as retention. Click-through rate is when people see your thumbnail, how often do they click on it? And it's surprising how low that bar has to be for it to be a good click-through rate. Sometimes it can be 4 to 9%. Sometimes as long as you're above 3, you're in a good spot. Retention is how long are they watching the video before they bounce out? And don't worry, everybody's probably going to bounce out at some point in time. There's a couple hacks that you can use to keep people watching on your channel, such like using your videos list as the link that you share. A lot of times I actually leave it on the TV behind me. YouTube's actually playing on the TV in the office right now, but neither here nor there. Again, YouTube is in the ads business and they're a search engine. So don't think about YouTube as a social media platform. Think of it as a search engine. Why does it matter and how can it actually change your life? It'll actually find your clients for you. It works while you don't. It pays you to produce. And there's a 7-figure business in every single person here. That I promise you. And I'll reverse this order. The 7-figure business means if I was somebody that was in real estate and absolutely loved riding mountain bikes like Victor Addis, if I had a real estate channel that was focused on my consumers and, content that they're looking for in my neighborhood to connect me with those consumers, eventually that channel will learn, oh, okay, Victor's a real estate agent. He provides incredible answers for people looking to shop in London, Southwestern Ontario. These are the people watching his channels. As long as I'm keeping it very focused and creating videos that to that actual person watching, it will find those people and I will make money when people call me to represent them in real estate. If I wanted to create another channel that documented my adventures as a struggling real estate agent that loves riding mountain bikes, I'm probably going to find maybe a mountain bike niche as well and have a second channel. Where you can actually make money is, say you grow to a certain size, you could obviously make ads just by the views and them running ads against you. But affiliates are another phenomenal way to make money. So I run 2 channels. I run the Prime Real Estate Brokerage channel and the Justin Konikow channel. The Justin Konikow channel, I'll give you guys a QR code so you can go look at it. And it's not a massive channel, but I have affiliates through that. So I'm not really getting paid by YouTube right now, but I am an affiliate with Think Media. I support them. And anytime somebody buys a Think Media package, I actually get revenue from that. If you go on the resources site of my webpage, all the gear that I use is on there as Amazon affiliate links. Every time somebody buys the camera that I use, I get a piece of that, a microphone and whatever book recommendations I make. The reason why all that's important is I'm very transparent about the fact that I make money off doing those things because I won't pitch any products that I don't actually believe in. But if you're thoughtful about how you're using your channel, who the avatar of the audience is, there are multiple revenue streams that you can make from running these channels. Take it a few steps further. I mentioned Chris Do. He runs closed group courses and I believe he's got super chats on as well. So that's another huge feature of YouTube. Once you get to a certain audience size, I believe Christina Smallhorn has this as well. You can do super chats where you go live and people can actually tip you to bump their questions to the top. I know creators that are making $3,000 to $5,000 whenever they do a live stream, and they do a live stream every single week. So imagine if you're doing 4x that amount of money every month times 12 months of the year, you are talking real money. Last but not least, there's a book called 1,000 True Fans. And if you ran $10 course to 1,000 people, and you did that 2 or 3 times a year, imagine how much money you could be making. So you easily have a 6-figure business sitting in there if you structured it properly and you built 1,000 True Fans on your channel. The great thing is there's 8 billion people on the planet. And if you can build your channel to 1,000, eventually YouTube will find the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 500,000, 1 million or 2 million people that will be engaged with you. These two parts, it will find your clients for you and it works while you don't, has been one of the most fascinating things that I have seen. Dave, did you want to jump on? Sorry, I just saw your camera come on. I can't hear you. Hopefully my audio is okay. People, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I know I talk.
No, I can. Okay. We can hear you fine, man. Sorry about that. I was just popping in.
You're good, brother. No worries at all. I know I talk really fast, so I wanted to make sure that I addressed anybody in the chat. So I will open the chat box in a few minutes here, just so that I can kind of see what's happening in there to get to any questions. This portion here that I talked about, it finds your clients for you and it works while you don't. I have a video on the Prime channel. Prime channel is only 2,600 people right now. I get 300 to 400 leads off Google, SEO, organic, and YouTube every year. That's 30 calls a month off those channels. I have one video that's investing in London, Ontario, 17,000 views, probably brings me 50 to 60 leads a year of people looking to invest in London, Ontario. I made that video in 2015. It's probably the worst video I ever did, but I leave it on because it works and it gives people a tour of the city, allows them to find the rest of my content, and then gets them kind of in my ecosystem. And I also think when it finds clients for you, even though this is misspelt, I will fix that before I send out the slide deck. Why this is important is it dequalifies the wrong clients. I don't want somebody that can't deal with my energy level. I'd rather use YouTube as a natural dequalifier and a qualifier than just bring in 1,000 Facebook leads and have to just deal with the cold calling and sorting that out myself. Not to say anything about cold calling, David. I know you're the absolute king of it, and we do it here as well, but this is just a different methodology. So if you want to take a picture of this, or I'll send the slide deck out after, here's the exact structure of a video. So you can literally copy and paste this. And every time you create a video or a presentation, like I did, this is literally what I do. So what is the hero or topic of the video? I think about the title and the thumbnail first. Here's a couple hacks for you when it comes to YouTube. Your title needs to be engaging, not, houses in London, Ontario, Canada. That just sounds like something anybody would write. It would be the best in all capitals, houses in London, Ontario. And then the thumbnail, 2 to 3 words max. I actually want to see, be careful about what I share on my screen here. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you guys something. So the largest creator on the channel that I went over was Mr. Beast, right? And I spend time listening to his interviews on how he built what he built. And he puts out an absolute shocking amount of information and just nobody does it. Look at his thumbnails. There's nothing. There's no words on his thumbnails. There's a couple here because he's got the brand ability to just say Mr. Beast, or he's very recognizable. I don't think this is necessarily possible for everybody, but this is where you want to get. His thumbnails are what he puts almost the most time into, of how he creates his thumbnails. There was one video he did with spikes, but even another creator like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, what's in my camera bag? Find it and keep it. So that gets you super excited. His thumbnail, find my bag. Like, they're not the same thing. I think a big mistake a lot of people make is they just use the title as the thumbnail title and they make it very word heavy. You got to realize that your thumbnail is absolutely tiny. This is a strategy that top.
I mean, question about thumbnails. So
yeah,
are the thumbnails searchable, or is it or do people just see it? Like, how do they correlate? How does it correlate with the title?
So you want to know something really crazy? Another book you should, I should all grab, is The YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves. It's a video algorithm. So it uses artificial intelligence to look at the image. So it doesn't search words, but if it says Formula One gave us access, it's going to look at this image. It's going to see a picture of Peter. It's going to see a picture of Maddie, and it's probably going to see the background that is the actual background. Somebody stole my car. There's a cop car in that. So that's actually super relevant. Mr. Beast, how he spent $200,000 a day. There's money in that picture. So if you can think of a correlation in your thumbnails of like the actual video topic, YouTube wants your thumbnails to be relevant to that topic. If I say this is the best video about cats you've ever seen, and it's a picture of a tree, that's not good. You actually want to keep it ultra relevant. They do not like clickbait. You can use a little bit of clickbait in terms of like getting people exciting, right? Like, find my bag, but it has to correlate to the video.
What's an example? Give us an example of something that would be clickbait.
So if I said, I built Willy Wonka's chocolate factory if he said something along the lines of, you know, I'm trying to think of something that would be very deceiving. You know, click this video to win $1 million. And the video has nothing to do with winning $1 million. You just made it that title, or you made it that image to get people to click on the video. And it's something for a course you're going to sell that has no relevance. That would be clickbait. Got it. Right. And large marketing companies that sell do this with databases. Another way to think about our business is like, how clean is your database? How valuable and, you know, how relevant is it? It's the same thing with your title and your actual thumbnail. So going back to what my presentation, you know, the title and the thumbnail are probably the two most important things that you can do. There's an app called Jasper.ai. If you don't want to spend hundreds of hours learning how to create thumbnails and titles, then I would say you can start with a title on Jasper.ai. And I'll actually show you how I do it, since this is a closed segment. Here, I'll go actually show this live for you guys, and then I'll rip through the last section. So if I was going to create, so I've got this all organized, video titles. This is actually fun. I'll do this live as if I was doing a title and thumbnail for this video. So what's this video about? Learning how to level up. And let's pretend it's about real estate and coaching. So I'm actually putting keywords I want to rank for. I would use, this uses artificial intelligence to make it SEO optimized. Level up, all caps, in real estate, how coaching can take your business to the next level. Now check this out. I can take this title. This has saved me hundreds of hours. If I put the title here, right, video title, and then I copy the tags because I want it to be the same, real estate and coaching, this will actually create SEO optimized descriptions for me with the same methodology, right? So make them SEO searchable. If I put David Hill in this,
that's wow.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. If I did this, I still edited a little bit, but here you go. Just because I didn't capitalize it. Top coach David Hill discussed the benefit of coaching and how it can help you achieve your goals. This, I put out an ungodly amount of content, so this helps me quite a bit. But Jasper.ai, it has the ability to do a lot more than that. You can do automations, like if you have content and you want to rewrite a blog, it actually does real estate listing descriptions too. That's one of the best features about it. You can put in the features of a property and it will pump out a full description for you. So wow. No tip for that on Tuesday, even though it's Monday. So the next portion of the video that you would want to take a little bit of time to sit down and structure is the hook. And I would say you want to identify the conflict, right? If you're searching for the best way to implement your CRM in this video, you know, I would open with qualifying questions as well. So I'd identify the conflict, you know, and then I would say something along the lines of, if you feel paralysis by analysis because your CRM has thousands of names and none of them are organized, you know, if you've ever felt like you have money just sitting there, if you want to unlock that money and experience freedom, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I'll remind you you're in the right place because I own Prime Real Estate Brokerage. We have done a ton in production this year. I run a team of 28. We cover the entire southwestern pocket of Ontario. If you want to connect with me, hit subscribe. That's how I would do that section of the video. And then I'd give you a reason to watch to the end. Stick around to the end of this video. I'll give you a free PDF on how I use my CRM exactly and how you can unlock the potential in yours. So I've already got you interested. You've got your buy-in. I've told you exactly what you're going to watch. And that is the absolute key about YouTube, is people's time is so valuable. You need to tell them within the first 3 seconds why they're there. And every 2 seconds, you have to give them another reason to stay in the video so they don't leave. Then you dig into the content, you deliver on the promise, and you better be sure that your content is real. One of the biggest pieces of advice I can give everybody is do something you love. I know creators that build channels with millions of people, and they absolutely hated the videos they were creating, and they shut those channels down, and it's not something they're able to do long-term. So you want to do something you would do if nobody was watching, and do it consistently enough until the whole world is watching. And then transitions. At the end of the video, you give them another video to binge. Another super hack for you on YouTube. YouTube hates links that send people off channel. So if in every description that you have a link to sign up to my newsletter, go download my course, do this, do this, do this, it's not actually good from an overall algorithmic perspective, because YouTube wants people to stay on YouTube. Remember at the beginning, I said they're in the ads business. They want you to have watch sessions. They care about watch time, but they care how long do you stay on the platform. So if you're consistently sending people off platform, no bueno. How to execute. This is one of my favorite topics. I've done other videos on this. I just separate my days. I pick one day to plan where I come up with my ideas. I do that on Saturday typically. I take one day to record, typically on Thursdays. I take a day to distribute, and then I take another day to review. So like once a month, I do a review of my videos and I look at which ones are getting click-throughs, which done ones really well. I look at my watch time, when did I just blabber on? And that's why I lost viewers. And, I don't get too caught up in my ego of like what's good content and what's bad content. I look at who's watching my videos. And I think that's the biggest shift people need to make, no pun intended, is it's not about you. A lot of times people are like, I'm just going to create the videos that I want to create because I'm so amazing and I do so many different things. And I'm going to show people I like fishing and real estate and media. And I'm going to do it all on the same channel. It's going to be amazing. Never going to work. You need to think about who is the one person watching your videos that you're making videos for, and then keep looking for that person. And if I can identify them and his name's Peter and he's 38 years old, he's been through 4 brokerages. He doesn't know what to do with his real estate business, but he's great at real estate. My channel is for him. My channel will help him organize his life. I will show him how to time block. I will show him how to use systems, CRMs. I will show him how to create content if he loves video. I'm probably not for somebody that loves content creation. Sorry. My channel is probably not for somebody that hates content creation because I love content creation. I'm actually more of a merger between like a Peter McKinnon and a Ryan Serhant than I am just a real estate education channel like some places. But for now, for the next 10 years, I'm committed to talking only to real estate agents because that's who my audience is. Eventually, I'll be able to go the route of Mr. Beast and Peter McKinnon and these other guys and have a big enough platform that my core audience will accept the other aspects of me because they've seen my journey and they know about it because I share it in places like this. This is the last slide. So this channel here, this QR code, if you actually just grab your phone and click it, you can actually go to my channel and look at my videos and see the structures of them. And then this is for my newsletter. This is where I actually send out all my PDFs. I have a free YouTube planning guide. I have my daily productivity planner. I have the art of storytelling, and I actually have a PDF strictly on YouTube. So if you QR code that newsletter, it'll take you to the Google Drive link. And then I promise I won't spam you. I don't sell anything. I don't coach. I don't do any of that stuff. David knows I'm all about giving back because other people have given back to me. But I wanted to leave a couple of minutes for Q&A, David. By all means, if you want to jump into any specific topic, feel free.
Yeah, let's see if anybody has any questions. You can drop them in the Q&A chat. A question I'm thinking is like, you showed us some examples of people that are doing it at a high level. Like, should people that are just getting started emulate someone that they feel is like them or they like their style, or what would be your advice to someone that's just getting started?
So I'll share a couple channels live actually that people that are maybe more in our size that they can look at. So if you're in real estate and you want to do the neighborhood tour videos, Levi Latzik is probably one of the best out there. Actually, can't even search Levi Latzik. Living in Dallas, Texas, I believe is his channel. You can literally go in Dallas, Texas, and you can look at his exact videos and how he structures them. So it's not even his name. Gives you a very clear, this is what it is. You can look at his videos, go to most popular, and then sort by most popular. And then you can literally say, okay, I can't stay in Dallas. What is that? Watch the video as a creator, like iron out the structure of how he does his videos, right? If you're, a real estate agent that wants to do it at a different level and create a referral network, it would be Christina Smallhorn. I would say she's big, but her channel is probably one of the most approachable. She was like Levi, but her neighborhood tour videos wasn't really her jam. So she found out that, mobile homes and affordable housing was really her niche, and her video is way bigger than Levi's. And it took her a long time to figure that out. So she was the one that referenced Daryl Eves' book, The YouTube Formula, and kind of opened that up. And I would agree with you, David. I think you don't want to compare yourself to Ryan Serhant necessarily. You want to look at them for clarity that it took them 10 years and they're very clear on their topic. You want to look at other creators of your size that are doing things that are finding the right audiences. But I think the work you have to do as an agent is who's your audience and why do you want to go on YouTube before you just start creating videos?
So the book you mentioned earlier, was that the YouTube effect?
YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves.
Oh,
and then YouTube Secrets by Benji Travis and Sean Cannell. Those are the 2 books that I would read today if you were looking at doing YouTube.
The YouTube Formula. All right, I'm writing that down. Okay, awesome. Do we have any other questions? So just to clarify, so the question I asked, the answer what I think you said is don't necessarily focus on like a Mr. Beast or Ryan Serhant, but go to what the realtors are doing and you could probably emulate that, right? Like what what you showed us.
Yeah,
Like
I'd
for
say
real estate agents.
you want to find like real estate agents that are doing what you want to do, and then you want to click on their videos and see what's working, right? Look at the types of videos that are getting a lot of traction, because even videos they think are awesome sometimes don't. You want to look at the bigger channels for inspiration. That it takes a long time. Like you just have to commit to the process, and if you don't have 1,000 subscribers in a year, that's fine. It's really getting clarity around who you're making videos for.
Here's a question about YouTube Shorts. I don't know if can you see the chat box?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll read it. Will YouTube Shorts change how the algorithms work and change channel approach? So YouTube recently made an announcement. So I am in the creator fund 2 weeks ago, and they monetized shorts. So shorts was something that would just live on your channel. And a lot of the bigger creators were getting upset because it was very confusing for their audience. I mean, it was creating a separation in the audience. There's a video actually on Peter McKinnon's channels about this. I think it's called 54 million views. You could go watch that for reference on it. But what YouTube did was they separated it. So the audience is still on the same channel, but they actually separate the analytics. So your shorts is one streamline, and then your main videos are another, but they've monetized shorts. Where I think that matters is I do think that YouTube is going to come after TikTok in a big way. And they're paying people to create content, which they're really good at. And keep in mind, Google has 2.4 billion users. TikTok's only got 1 billion. So if there's ever a company that could come in and try to chop them out at the knees, it's probably going to be Google. TikTok right now is going after Be Real, which is another social platform. Instagram, took out Snapchat when they did Reels and Stories. And there's always this battle between the platforms. The lesson you need to learn from the other creators I spoke about, though, is their main source of income wasn't necessarily the views on YouTube. It was understanding the audience, owning the audience, pushing them to an email list like I did with you guys, because I will provide you insane quality content. And down the road, if I do sell a book, I'll give you the option to buy it there. And you don't have to buy it. I don't really care either way, but I'm finding my niche and I'm finding my people. So you can use TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all these different platforms to find your tribe. These are multi-billion-dollar companies that are paid to find your people. And I'll leave with this story. Roger Wakefield's a plumber in Dallas, Texas, friend of Christina's, and he was in Daryl Eve's program. He told me when I did the Kim Walsh Phillips event that the top plumber in Texas runs 25 ads on TV a day, pays $500,000 to the TV channel to run ads. And he's like, I crush him in terms of business, and Google pays me to create content. He doesn't spend a dime on advertising. So that's the world that I want to be in. I don't want to write a $500,000 check to a TV commercial. And I think that's the way the world's going.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brother. Well, I appreciate you, man. I feel like we should have had more time for you, man. This was awesome. Great job. You killed it. You were concise. You gave a ton of really good information that people can just get access to. So Jasper.ai was one of my takeaways I wrote down, the YouTube formula book, and also like the affiliates, Think Media. And I'm going to reach out to those guys as well. Maybe I'll reach out to you, Justin, on that. You can connect me. All right. So appreciate you, brother. Thank you for doing this. All right.
Anytime, my man. Anything for you, David Hill. And by all means, reach out.